This is our trending topic. And what a trending topic it is. First episode of 2021. So what do you think that people are looking at right now? What are people Googling? Obviously, New Year's resolutions, New Year's resolution ideas. Do New Year's resolutions work? New Year's resolution schedule for working out, all of this stuff, right? So let's talk about it for a few minutes, Josh. So first of all, I mean, what is a New Year's resolution? And is it like realistic? Like, does that even, can we really hold to that?
Yeah, New Year's resolutions are great ideas and probably are not going to go as planned.
I'm pretty sure every year I make the resolution that I'm going to work out consistently. And every year around December, I say, I didn't work out consistently. I'm going to do it again.
Why is that? That's it's like a perennial New Year's
well, I'll just try
right?
again this year.
That's right. Lots of practice setting that resolution.
Someday I think it'll stick.
Right, that's right. So I think New Year's resolutions are a fabulous idea. And I like that they reflect a intentionality about our life, right? That we want to pause and have moments of reflection where we step back and we kind of reflect on where we're at, where we're going, where we prayerfully consider what the Lord would have for us in a given season of our life. And while that doesn't have to happen at the new year by any means, that's a built-in kind of season within life that it kind of spurs or prompts that kind of reflection. And I think that's so wise for us to make space for that kind of reflection in our life. And so I would totally encourage everybody to carve out, make some space. You can totally do it as a couples exercise also, and individually, and just be able to go, hey, what are your reflections on the last year? What are the things that you're celebrating? What are the things you're excited about, the accomplishments of this year? As we look into the coming year, what are the things that are on your heart, on your mind to grow in, to be intentional about, to focus on, and to be prayerful about in this coming year? That's a beautiful way to connect with your spouse in a very healthy spiritual discipline and practice as an individual, to be reflective in that way and to set some goals around that.
Right. Yeah. And, you touched on it, but obviously, we don't have to wait until the start of the new year to reflect and make those goals. I have a friend who she and her husband kind of quarterly kind of sit down and talk through, okay, we had some goals at the beginning of the year. Now it's March. Now it's April. How are things looking? What do we want to set moving forward? And it's kind of a cool conversation to have, throughout the year, just to kind of hold each other accountable, and then also just set new goals and new exciting things and all of that.
It sounds like a great conversation to have in like a weekend getaway once a quarter, where you hang out and then have some conversation, make some space for some reflective conversations like that. Yeah. I like it. I think it's great. And I think it not only helps us refocus on the goals that we've had in a way that helps to increase the likelihood of us actually making meaningful progress towards them, but it also communicates a flexibility around those things, right? That as we get into the end of first quarter, we get into the summer, and we kind of had these goals. Are those still really our goals? And that, or has life changed? Like a lot of people had things, planned in January of 2020, and and then and it was like, okay, that's out the window. Maybe we should just have no goals this year. Or maybe we should adjust kind of based on the realities that how life changes, and have some flexibility in that. So it creates a great space to not have judgment, not have shame, not have rigidity around our resolutions or goals, but instead allow them to be fluid and flexible and adaptable to life's changing presence, and to be able to make them relational. Because every research study around New Year's resolutions will tell you that if you got to have any chance of being successful and actually carrying that through, you're not going to do it in isolation. Like the best way to actually make meaningful progress towards a goal is to share it with one or more people who are close to you. and to have conversations about it, and allow that to naturally create some accountability and help bring it up in conversation in a way that keeps it out in front of us. And maybe even, recruit someone to be in that with you. That's like, yeah, I'd like that too for my life. And maybe together we can kind of have conversations about that help spur us on to achieving those things.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I think you covered it. That's so cool. You guys, if you're watching and you have suggestions or something that maybe you and your spouse do, as far as New Year's resolutions go, maybe like new goals for the new year, put them in the comments. Like, let's all share, kind of swap stories. What do we do? What do you do? Because I just think it's neat to talk about. And I would say there's not a right way to do it. We're all so different. We all have different dreams, different goals. There's not a right way to do it. So I'd love to know what the people watching do. So go ahead and put that in the comments if you're watching and have something maybe different, or an idea, maybe something you want to do this year. So
I love
yeah,
that
for
we can
sure.
share with one another the things that we've learned. And there's no one knows everything, and all of us bring our own unique experiences and different stuff. And so it's so cool for us to be able to share those things, use social media, use comments, use things like that to be able to share notes on life hacks that can really help us all. So I appreciate that, and everybody that makes the effort to share in that space.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Your thoughts, your ideas, suggestions, they're welcome here. We definitely want to hear that.